Let's bring in Boulder, Colorado City Councilwoman Tara Weiner for more on this. She's been a past participant in the targeted event, and she's friends with some of the victims. Let's talk about your own experience, Tara, as we welcome you to the program. What have you seen in terms of anti-Semitism recently, directed perhaps at you, people that you know?
Well, this event is not the first time anti-Semitism has occurred in Boulder in the past year and a half, since October 7th. Being on city council and being Jewish has been a very difficult time, but it's also made me stronger and more resilient. And it's in fact made our entire Jewish community, which is a close, strong community, more resilient. I've had people, we have something called open comment at the beginning of our city council meetings, where anybody can sign up and get 2 minutes to say whatever they want. And I heard the most outrageous anti-Semitic comments in the last year and a half that were to me and to another Jewish city council member over and over. In fact, I made a list of some of the wonderful names I've been called: a Nazi, a Zion Nazi, a Jewish supremacist, a white supremacist. I was complicit. I'm a baby killer. I'm blamed for everything. And the latest was that the October 7th massacre never happened. It is a Hansel and Gretel fairy tale. So that is what it's been like for me on city council for the past year and a half.
You know, I spent a lot of time in Boulder because my older son graduated from CU. We spent a lot of time there on Pearl Street. And it always seemed like a place that was, you know, pretty laid back. Everybody got along. Has there been a change in the city?
There hasn't. This is a very close city. I'm friends with everyone. I saw my friend, Police Chief Redfern, on camera just a few minutes ago. I have so much support from our city. A lot of the people that are coming are not from Boulder. Just like this, the perpetrator was not from Boulder. A lot of our open comment people are not from Boulder, and you don't have to be to speak to us.
Got it. So the Anti-Defamation League compiles statistics on anti-Semitic attacks and anti-Semitic incidents. Their statistics are just stunning. In 2024, they recorded 9,354 anti-Semitic incidents. That was a 5% increase from 2023, but it's up way above where it was 5 years ago in 2020, 344% increase, 893% over the past 10 years. Also, there were 16 anti-Semitic terrorist plots or attacks since January of 2020. 9 of those incidents occurred within the past 12 months. And a lot of people ask the question, how much of what we've been seeing in the last 18 months could be attributed to what we've been seeing on college campuses across the country?
The problem is violent rhetoric often leads to physical violence. And so that has been my fear, the Boulder Jewish community's fear, for quite a while. I do think they are connected. And I've been actually saying this for quite a while, that as a Jewish person, I've been saying this is not going to end well for us. And here we are. Here we are. Within just a few weeks, we've had these types of things. You know, my very close friends were some of the victims. I've been on that walk many times. I could have been a victim myself. I am so outraged at the rate of anti-Semitism right now. I'm also outraged at some of the statements from some of the political leaders that leave out the words anti-Semitism and Jewish community from their statements. They're just random, generic, we stand against violence. I mean, what is that? We need to call out anti-Semitism against Jewish people when we see it, and I feel strongly about that.
Yeah, we were talking with Olivia Reingold, a writer with the Free Press, about that just a moment ago. You know, I spent some time in Israel a week after October 7th, and the one thing that I was really struck by was the resilience of the Jewish people and people who support them. And it seems that that's the case there in Boulder as well. A fellow named Ed Victor was on that march. He witnessed everything that happened. And he was asked by Fox News if he would participate in any future marches. Listen to what he said.
Would you come back and march again?
Absolutely. I want to do it next week. It's up to the organizers to decide what they want to do. I will say I always felt safe in Boulder. I never, ever, ever would have thought this would have happened.
I mean, you could reiterate that in so many places across the country. Never ever thought anything like this would ever happen in X place. But will you participate in future marches?
Okay, that's a great question. First of all, Ed is my friend, and he goes to my synagogue, and quite a few victims do. But I had a wedding. I have a wedding, a dear, relative this weekend, and I just changed my flight to arrive early on Sunday so I can be a part of this march. And I believe that our Jewish and non-Jewish constituents are going to join us. We're going to come together as a city, and we're going to march together.
Tara Weiner, City Councilwoman in Boulder, good to talk to you. Thanks for taking time with us. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.